are almost ready. All right, this is the show before the show, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Burning Coals podcast. And we're gonna definitely say Merry Christmas. We got my lady, got the first lady of the Burning Coals podcast, Miss Educated Queen. Myself, I am Mr. Know It All Reaction. So this is the show before the show. But EQ, we were just having a discussion about um, going to college and being in debt with going to college.
Hmm.
And the difference with actually, when you go to college and you're trying to start your life a whole new life when you outside of high school and you're starting your life out or whatever. College can be also, it can be a great thing, but it also can hurt you as well because let's say, for instance, if you didn't get that scholarship to go to school, to go to school. A lot of these colleges, these colleges are getting super expensive every single year. So what if you didn't get that academic scholarship or that uh, sports scholarship, and you have to get loans or you have to get grants or things like that or whatever, and now you find yourself in a whole lot of debt because of this. And this is we're talking about you or starting your life out as a young woman or young man at a young age, whatever. Now you already got debt to begin your life, whatever. So how is what would you say will is do you think there's um when it comes to going to school, is there pros or cons with that? Your thoughts about
Yes,
it, EQ?
there are pros and cons. I think first of all, when we teach, when our children are talking about going to college, or even ourselves, I think most colleges are in business to make people go in debt because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna accrue more debt than you will income when you get that degree. That's just the reality and the nature of it. However, I think for me, and I can attest to that, I left college with a lot of debt that I'm still having to pay. I think what we need to do is first of all teach our children financial literacy, and so that they don't go in colleges in those financial aid offices blindsided. If you're going to take out a loan, take out what you need, and if they give you more, pay it back. Go ahead and pay it back right then and there, because if not, those loans are going to accrue interest after you get out of school. And let's
Oh,
say
wait.
you don't find a job making six figures right away. You might have to take a teacher salary job like me, making $50,000 a year or $60,000 a year, but you got $100,000 in debt. Now your credit report says your debt to income ratio it's high. So that makes your credit score lower. So that's another factor you have to look at. So if you're trying to buy a car, you're trying to buy a house or get a loan or whatever, that's an issue. So we definitely, and then we also have to teach our kids or teach ourselves how to go into college with a plan. Go look at these degree plans or whatever you want to major in. You need to go look at that degree field. What kind of jobs will you be able to get with that particular degree? If you're not going to be able to get a job to where you can make the income to pay that student loan back, then you might want to reconsider, because a lot of times kids go to college. Oh, I want to be this, I want to do that, and they look at the requirements or the prerequisites, and then they get in there and then they decide, oh no, this class too hard, I'm gonna drop out or I'm gonna change my majors. And even in changing majors, you done went from criminal justice to nursing. Now you accrued more interest, more debt, because now that nursing program is expensive.
Right.
And then you also have to be mindful of what type of school you enroll in too. That's another thing we have to look at, because when you go to these private institution or these Christian schools like SMU, TCU, Abilene, all anything that has a Christian or some type of religious type school, those schools are going to be expensive.
Ex-
Baylor, all those schools are expensive.
You
I
ain't
mean,
lying.
if your annual tuition is your annual salary, that school, you need to find another school that's cheaper, or go take a lot of classes at a community college where the classes are affordable. They may be like $70 to $80 per credit hour versus $700 per credit hour. So we have to find avenues to and try to find ways to cut money. But we got to have these plans, because guess what? The federal government don't care that you owe them, and
nope.
they want their money.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, it may take you 30 years to pay that loan back. Them people want their money because we have to teach our kids too. They can freeze your assets. They can come
Right.
for your house, your car, your bank accounts, what else. So we can't just go into these institutions ignorant. blindsided.
Right.
We got to
Right.
start sitting down looking at the whole big picture. Okay, so you going through this nursing program, you might find a cheaper nursing program or a cheaper criminal justice program or a cheaper law school versus your big name schools. Because those big name schools, that's the reason why they're big, because they get big donations, by those private donors and stuff like that. So, man, we got to definitely start having these conversations, and when our kids go on scholarship, sir, you're getting a free ride, or ma'am, you're getting a free ride. Go in there and get
But
a
it ain't
major.
really free. Well, it ain't
Well,
really free because you got to do something in
you
order for
got to
them to give
play.
you
Okay,
that.
you got to
You got to
perform.
produce. You got
You
to
got to
produce and
produce
you
and
got to
perform.
perform
Okay.
in order for you to get that.
So
Get that deal. Because if not, they will definitely pull your scholarship. You see what I'm
they will
saying?
pull
They
because you
done
got
it
to make the
plenty of
grades
times.
too. Yeah, you got to make the grade and all that.
Most definitely.
So if that's the case, if you're going in there on a scholarship and you're producing, you're performing, you're making your GPA, if you're doing all those things, get a major. Find something to major in that you can go make you some money, because that's what them other people teach their kids. Most of their kids ain't going to school to be teachers and all that. They kids going to be nurses, doctors, lawyers, engineers, they're doing something in the technology world or medical field. Most of them not going to school to be social workers and psychologists and stuff like that. They kids are going to earn the top dollar schools or degree programs, and that's what we got to teach our children. And that's why it's so important for us to get tutors for our kids while they're in high school, middle school, and high school. So when they get to college, they can do the work. They can do the required work, because that's another issue we're having. A lot of our kids are going off to these D1, D2 schools, and they can't perform because they don't know how to write a basic paper. Start
Right.
now. It's just a lot of things we need to research. And just because it got the label HBCU on it, don't mean that's the best route to go either. Let me throw that out there. So I'm not, because I thought that, I used to think that, well, I'm gonna go to a all black school and I'm a da 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 da. Most of our HBCUs, a lot of them are suffering financially because they don't have the big donations that the larger schools are having, or the larger schools are having to front, some money, same like the thing with Prairie View and Texas A&M. Not saying that Prairie View didn't have the money, but now Texas A&M is trying to basically take over Prairie View. So,
Right.
it's just a lot of things we have to take into consideration when going to college. If you're not college material, go to a trade school. Go find you a trade. Hey, it's people in trades making more money with people careers, with people with degrees. I know I got friends that drive trucks, make $80,000-$90,000 a year. Here I am with a master's degree as a teacher and don't make that. So
It's
you know
all
what I'm
part of
saying?
EQ.
Hey,
It's all
no,
part of the system. EQ. It's
right,
all part of the cycle.
right.
That's the
Go
reason
get
why.
right.
That's the reason
Go ahead.
why. When you said trade, man, I was gonna definitely tap on that as well. Whatever. I believe that is the great route to go. I believe that once we got integrated, you did away with the trades. It wasn't no such thing as having a blacksmith no more, and somebody know how to fix on cars, and somebody
Right,
know how to cook food, and go to Medea's house, get your a lot of beauticians and barbers, and things. All that stuff went out the door once we got integrated. You know what I'm saying? They
right.
want you to integrate right into the system, so that way they can push all those different jobs that we used to have that is no longer existent. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
So that's
this is
exactly what
something.
they did.
This is something I was talking to a friend of mine about. By the time your kid gets to seventh, eighth grade, maybe ninth grade, start having conversations with them about their interest, about their career interest. If they're interested in being HVAC or plumbing, because hey, them plumbers and HVAC people make good money. These people out here make, think about when all this with all this gas lines busting and all this stuff, these electricians and stuff like that, and these journeymen and apprentices and all that. Have these conversations, and when your kids or get to high school around their sophomore and junior year, start visiting those trade schools to deepen their interest in those career fields, instead of wasting all that time and money sending them to a university where they're not going to perform, where they're not going to make the grade, and then you've wasted 2 or 3 years and you $50,000-$60,000 in debt. Whereas you go to a
Right,
trade school, you may be out of $10,000 or $12,000, but then they'll
right,
go make that back in no time. So
right, right.
those are the things and I wish, y'all, I swear, I wish somebody would have told me this a long time ago, instead of me just walking in college with no plan, no goal, really no goals, because I was a criminal justice major. Then I changed it. Then I wanted to do something else. And then it took me forever. Then I dropped out, went back. So, these are just conversations we need to have. That's why it's so important for us as people of color to start educating ourselves, to start investing in ourselves. I heard a guy today, I was listening to a podcast today. This guy was talking about how we need to start investing in ourselves. Spend that money to educate yourself, to gain access to resources and stuff that are out there to help better you and your family. So, but yeah, we definitely got to have these conversations with ourselves, our family, our children, and so forth.
Right. What up, B Dub? How are you, my guy?
Dub, Dub.
What's going on, my people?
Already, man. We're ready to start the show, B Dub. All right.
Let's go.
All right, then.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Corsicana, Texas. What's up, Dallas Fort Worth? What's up, Houston, Texas? Welcome back to another episode of the Burning Coals Podcast. We are your show hosts. I go by the name of Mr. Doing Our Reactions. And right there on the side of me, he's the big fella in the middle. He's by the logo. He goes by the name of B-Dub, Bougie Weirdo. And right up on the Bougie Weirdo, we got the first lady of the Burning Coals Podcast. She's the one and only, the lovely, the talented Miss First Lady, Educated Queen EQ. Give it up. And then coming in later, he's the man, the myth, the legend of the Burning Coals Podcast. He goes by the name of Gentleman Jamal. So we are the Burning Coals Podcast. We say thank you guys for joining another episode of the show. This is where we have fire interviews, hot topics, burning questions, searing conversations, and we say what needs to be said on this show. What up, everybody? It is Tuesday, and we want to say Merry Christmas, late Merry Christmas to everybody who ever celebrate that. I know we don't, but you guys may do it, so we just want to give you guys the shout out and say Merry Christmas to you and your family. Happy New Year. Make sure that that you bring in the New Year safe and sound and things like that. That is definitely from the Burning Coals Podcast. But before we get started with this great show tonight, we do have to lay down the ground rules and let you guys know about the comment section. All right. So if you want to comment, you can definitely comment on the show, and we will definitely read your comment once we be able to get to it. But we will display it on the TV screen, on the screen itself. All right. And we also have two platforms that we have available for you to come on to the show. We have a Facebook platform, and we also have a YouTube platform. So if you want to be able to come on to the show, just click on it, and we'll have you in the waiting room, and we will bring you on to the show. That way you can fire off your questions. You can give your shout outs. You can also give us compliments as well. We'll take all that and above. All right. So now that the smoke is clear, the dust is settled, or vice versa, how you guys doing tonight? EQ, B-Dub. This is another one, another Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, what did you say, B-Dub?
No, I said, yep. It's another Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, B-Dub. So I saw you at the Houston Texans game, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How was that, man?
It was cool, Live sporting events are always fun, regardless of the outcome. We didn't get the outcome we wanted, and the score they let us get a couple of trash time touchdowns, so the score didn't look as bad as what the game really was. But
yeah,
neither did the Cowboys, so don't feel bad. Neither did the Cowboys.
Now, my Cowboys got taken today, but it was what it was. So
hey, my expectation was 5 wins this season, and we surpassed that, so I'm good. And we've been winning games without our 3 best players. Our best defensive players been out, and both our best offensive players have been out. So yeah, and we still managed to steal a couple of games in there. So I ain't mad at it. We still in playoff contention. So, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I've been saying it from the beginning. This season was a figure it out season. I had no expectations. I figured we will win maybe 4 or 5 games. We'll win a couple of division games and maybe still a couple of games against some lesser teams. And like I said, we done surpassed that, so I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryan, he definitely got those guys playing some football or whatever, man. So
Yeah,
it's a joy to see, how far they came, especially up on a D'Amico or whatever. And I knew that once he got there, I knew there was going to be some changes, because D'Amico, when you think about the Houston Texans, when they first became the expansion team or whatever, when they got rid of, I ain't gonna say get rid of whatever, but when the Oilers moved, D'Amico Ryan's, when he started playing with those guys, whatever, man, that dude was what he embodied everything about Houston Texans. You know what I mean? And so when he left and went to San Fran, he turned that defense around. I said, you know what, man, y'all got something with D'Amico, man. I'm pulling for the brother.
Yeah, we're definitely excited about Coach Ryan's and wish him all the best success.
Right. Yep. So it is what it is. EQ, how are you? How you doing tonight?
I'm lovely. I spent the day yesterday with my family. It was great. We had a great time. Although we didn't do much, we played a lot of games. Let the kids play games. My mom had all her kids and all of her grandkids in one place yesterday. So that was a beautiful thing to see and experience. And
Nice.
so now I'm just it was great. We had time. Got to see all my siblings and all my nieces and nephews and stuff. So we had a good time. Just kicked it. That's it.
Right.
And so now I'm just enjoying my time off until January the 8th. Y'all enjoy your kids.
Enjoy your kid. That's right. Oh, yeah, we got Mr. William Collins in the house. He says, hello,
What's
my
up,
people. How
Melvin?
y'all doing? Will, what's going on? What's going on, Will? How are you, man?
Will.
Appreciate you for tuning in and checking us out and see what, and be with us while we're talking about some great content tonight. So appreciate that a whole lot. And anybody else that's joining and watching in. So we just give you guys a thumbs up, man. You guys rock, all right? So B-Dub, man, what we got today, B-Dub?
Oh man, we got a full plate. We'll see if we can get through it all today. We got
You ain't learned.
Simone Biles and her husband. The debate is who caught who. So that's what social media is buzzing about. We got a little information on TD Jakes and his connection to Diddy. Anybody connected to Diddy right now is hot fire. So we got a couple of different perspectives on that. We got Christmas as usual.
Okay.
Kids responded to gifts that they didn't really particularly want. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about something that y'all not gonna believe. A pastor who's doing very well in his church that does not want to be on TV and does not want to be a mega church pastor. So we're gonna talk about that and probably a little bit more.
Yep, man, that touchdown Jake's Paul Bottom's gonna be a good one. Matter of fact, have anybody ever found out what that means, Power Bottom? I don't know.
What that means.
We'll talk about it.
We'll find out.
All right, let's start with the first one. Yeah, let's start with the first.
Matter of fact, let's what you want to jump right into TD?
It don't matter. Let's go.
Let's see what TD. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's see what touchdown Jake's got.
Nah, this really lost me. TD Jakes exposed for strange activities at Diddy parties. I mean, something seemed awkward about him. Reports allege he was the power bottom. Flip the screen. What's a power bottom is what the term really mean. LGBTQ slang for man who likes to be on the receiving end of ain't knew something was off. Ooh, straight facts. OTD stands for take that. This is recklessness. Listen to him preach. You can hear the cryptic messages.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Something just seemed type sick. I know Cam and Mace looking at him like this. It's definitely the elites that got people getting swallowed by the belly of the beast. He get rich from his evil and stick his tongue out cause he get a lick on his people. I mean, the Bible talk about this. Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets. Read the passage in full. They come in sheep clothing, inwardly are ravenous wolves. Everything is monetary. Just watch you preach the prosperity gospel. All they worrying about is the money. One more green, Jakes, the Creflos, the Allsteins. Now it's accusations involving kids again. I'm not surprised. It's an Eddie long list of them. Man, it's a lot to question. With the pressure coming out, got him sweating. Awkward but wild. Oh, now we know who Christian Key's talking about.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you?
Wow.
So
Ooh.
question, Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
B-dub. I've never been swallowed, whatever. I never did none of that whatsoever, man.
So did you get an answer to your question? And shout out to the dude. His name is Cashflow Harlem. He's a rapper. I was looking for different things to put together, and I found that video, and I thought that was a pretty good snippet of what's going on. So
Right. But in that snippet, though, man, he had a bunch of different pastors that had some controversial narrative that was surrounding them, and accusations as well. So I mean, he pretty much got them all at one, with one stone there, man. He threw a rock and got all of them. But everything that's going on that's surrounding Mr. TD Jakes with with the whole Puff Daddy situation or whatever. I believe TD Jakes did respond in his last sermon Sunday. He said he wasn't gonna touch it, and he was going to preach, but he did end up touching it. And he said something beginning, and he said something at the end or whatnot. But he, in the middle of everything, he was saying that he was going to still continue to preach the word of God, regardless of all the distraction that was going on. And basically, he just said that he's going to let the Most High take care of all this or whatnot.
yeah,
Now,
but he's feeling that heat though. Because if you notice, he said, as long as I'm the head pastor, I'm gonna continue to preach. So that he know
he did.
That there's a possibility.
Right. Well, and here's the thing though, but right now it is just accusations right now. So, and I believe he's lawyered up with everything right now, and there hasn't been no concrete evidence as of yet, as to my knowledge, to what's going on with everything surrounding this whole controversial thing with TD Jakes. But
Right.
B-Dub, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother, and EQ, just from the outside looking in, like when you hang up, because man, they say birds of a feather flock together. Would y'all agree with that? Because when you hanging out with Puff Daddy, all right, they've seen you at these different, Puff Daddy events, and from the likes of it, and from everything that's going on with Puff Daddy, everybody knows how Puff Daddy get down, especially when he started telling. Remember when Puff Daddy told Mace, "When can we party?" And then he was like, "No, when can we party?" You remember that? He said that.
He also tried to take 50 Cent shopping one time.
Yeah, so
it's like, nah.
Right. So with TD Jakes, being around Puff Daddy and that whole, ordeal with all that or whatever, like, man, it's just, things are just not adding up for me with all that or whatever. And like I said, in order for me to I wanna extend grace to TD Jakes, but when you start seeing stuff like this, man, be hanging around Puff Daddy and all this other stuff like that or whatever, something just not adding up to me. EQ, what's your thoughts about it?
Well, let me say this. All of these things are alleged.
They are.
And let me take us to church right quick. There's a passage in, I believe, 2 Corinthians. It talks about come out from among them and be ye separate. So basically, the church ain't got no business hanging out with the unbelievers. That's basically what it says. The believers should not have any dwellings with the unyoked, the non-believers. And so my question then becomes, why are you rubbing shoulders with Hollywood when everybody knows what goes on in Hollywood? Here is a man, P. Diddy, who has been alleged or accused of doing all these things with men in Hollywood. So even if it's a music deal or a movie deal or whatever, what TD Jakes and P. Diddy, and then you being a man of the cloth, what are you doing at his parties? What interests other than business do you have there? See, that's what makes it look so suspect. Okay, I can get you went to dinner, y'all had dinner, you took your wife, y'all ate and dipped. That would have been different. But if you hanging out after hours and all this, now you put yourself in a position to be ridiculed and her and talked about and all this stuff, because now you look guilty of what people are saying you're guilty of. Because it's some places as people of God we have no business being, and everybody knows what's going on in Hollywood. But then on the flip side, in his defense, we got to stop being so quick to destroy people's character, because these are all alleged. We haven't seen anything other than a picture that says he actually did it or whatever. Although it might be true, but we don't know. And we got to think about, this man got a wife, got kids, church, all that. So if all this stuff comes out and it's not true, that's this man's character, his reputation, and all of this other stuff that's on the line here. So I would rather us wait till the facts come out or the proof or whatever. I mean, because let's see what the FBI says. Because as people of color, I'm sick of us destroying each other.
Right.
Do we
Right.
forgive him if he did it? I mean, what are we going to hold on to it for? Did he
Right.
do it to us? Individuals. See, the Bible tells us that we're not supposed to put our trust in no man. So why would we trust TD Jakes more than we trust the good Lord above or any? He's just a man like any other person. Only thing is, he has a church with a big following.
Yeah, but he also
And a
has
lot
a
of
big
money.
responsibility too, though.
He does.
And I think that's where a lot of stuff gets crossed, and we end up in this divide and this back and forth, because that's a very great question. When do we hold people accountable? When do we forgive and when do we not forgive?
Right.
Because if he did this, which if he's a part, I don't say he did it. If he's a part of this, that means he has information. He has more information about other things that have happened, because you can't be in the loop without being in the loop, right? So that means he's aware of people, because if he's down for it, that's him. That's your thing. Do what you do. But if you know there's people that's been hurt, that have been pressured, that have been things have happened to them, and especially a person who is allegedly a man of God and you're supposed to be spreading the word, and you know that these things are happening to people and you haven't said nothing about it and you're a part of it, then yeah, absolutely he needs to be held accountable, and I don't think we need to forgive him. But again, like you said, this is all alleged. Like even the stuff with Cassie, there's no receipts on nothing at this point. Everything is all rumored, right? But at the same time, we know a lot of times when there's smoke, there's fire. And there's been a lot of smoke around Puffy for a long time.
Right.
I think too long for us to keep thinking that it's smoke. Like it's got to be some fire somewhere. Now, we might not know exactly what that fire is, but it's something going on. Whether maybe all of this stuff is false, but maybe the stuff about him having Tupac killed is true. Maybe the stuff about him having Biggie killed is true. Or maybe that stuff false. Maybe this. We don't know where the fire is at, but there's got to be fire somewhere, because there's just been too much smoke for too long.
Right.
Nobody has had this type of controversy for this amount of time.
Right. So
You know
Timothy Harley asked, "Are we responsible for holding TD accountable?" Why not? Because
if he's guilty of these things, and the proof is in the pudding, or that they can prove that he's done all these things, yes. I'm not saying don't hold them accountable. Hold him and any other preacher or any other person accountable for their actions. But right now we don't know all the facts. That's all I'm saying.
We definitely can hold him accountable for the simple fact that he has gone out and used his platform to speak on behalf of us.
Right, absolutely.
And we don't even know. I don't know you like that, but you going out speaking on behalf of me and black men. He spoke on black men, black people in general, Christian people. So yeah, if you going out and representing yourself on behalf of me, then I absolutely going to hold you accountable. If you not moving like you say you move.
Right. Because sometimes, the congregation, they'll put their pastor on a pedestal, and I ain't gonna say all of them, but a few of them would know for a fact that, hey, you know what? That's a possibility that the pastor did X, Y, Z, but they will fight tooth and nail because of the man of the man of the cloth. They don't want to feel that that the person that they listen to is responsible for some of the things that he or she may have done, and they will hold this. It's like they will hold that pastor on the pedestal versus, hey, you know what, man, they just hold them on a pedestal, whatever, and it's not about following the Most High or having a relationship with God at all. They have more trust and faith into that pastor. You can't say nothing wrong around these people. You can't say how you really feel or whatnot, because they will come with their tiki torches and forks and brooms and things like that, whatever, man, getting ready to to get you out of the church or whatnot. Because I've always seen in the past where someone has been outspoken that's inside the congregation, inside the church, and that person has been ridiculed, ostracized, thrown out of the church. They've made some people cry, so on and so forth, or whatever. A lot of these churches have done people like that. So, I believe that we gotta get away from, putting these pastors and these preachers and these bishops, these men of God, these men of the cloth, putting them on a pedestal and act like they can't do any type of wrongdoing or anything like that or whatever, man. Because that, like you said, that person is a mere mortal human being, a man and a woman. They know how they breathe and put their pants on, everything just like us, whatnot. So we can't continue to be putting these people on the pedestal, and we do that real bad at these churches. And it don't matter what color that person is or whatnot. We just do it. We just put these people, on high regards, when it comes to, with these pastors and things like that. B-Dub. So let me ask you this, B-Dub. So, with everything that's going on with TD Jakes and EQ, this is for you as well. Should he be able to, if all this has come out, let's say some facts come out and it's not going the way it, maybe something came out about that this is alleged stuff that's actually true. So what would be the next step? Do we just is TD Jakes off the is he finished?
Absolutely. He should be. He should step down immediately, and we should treat him the way we would treat anybody else. Because, like I said, you can't be in the circle without being in the circle. As long as this is rumored and alleged, then he should continue to do what he do, and it should be fine. And like I said, I don't even have a problem if he down for getting his back blown out. That's his broke back business. I don't care. But my issue is the other stuff that's being alleged. And I just, it's hard for me to believe that you in the circle and not in the circle. So if these things are really true, you have to have some type of knowledge of it. You have to have seen something, been around something, and you haven't said anything, which is the same issue I have with everybody else. This is why I posted on my Facebook a while back. I'm like, I don't care what none of these people have to say, because y'all was there. Y'all alleged all this stuff happened, and nobody said nothing 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Maybe somebody could have saved Kim Porter's life. We ever thought about that? But now y'all want to come years later because you think some money involved. You might be able to get a quick buck. Now everybody want to tell a story and want to tell a Diddy story and talk about this and that. But it's like, you didn't say nothing back then, so I don't care to hear it now.
Right.
So whatever he do, and I say, let's say this: whatever he do is his business. But if he had knowledge, if it turns out that some of these allegations are true, and he had knowledge of it, then I think everything that should happen to him should happen to him. He should step down from his church. He should lose all endorsements, any endorsements and money and funding like that, and we should not support him.
That's just bottom line to it, huh?
That's it.
Bottom line. But B-Dub, man. Go ahead, EQ.
Oh,
Go ahead.
is his church following, or the people at his church, are they going to demand that he step down? Are they going to continue to go? Or, I mean, even and also his supporters. I agree. We should hold him accountable. And any of, like I said, anybody, any other preacher, dignitary, whoever, hold accountable, hold ourselves accountable. And I agree with B-Dub. Yeah, hold him accountable. He needs to step down if all this stuff comes out to be true. Yeah, and I agree too that if you're in the circle, yeah, you know what's going on. Because you can't tell me that was just, I mean, in order for you to be invited to a Diddy party, you have to know something.
Right.
So I agree, but like I said, I don't want to put nobody in heaven or hell. I don't know, but I do agree. He does have to be held accountable, and nobody is above being held accountable for their actions.
I agree 1,000%. EQ.
Facts.
Ain't nobody above of being held accountable. And the sad part about it is, like if this is true, and you know for a fact if it's true or not, being the man of God or whatever. Like, why would you, why, if you're the man of God, why would you sit there and allow the person who's come out with this and you want to call them a liar, knowing for a fact that they telling the truth about everything? Now, like, could that set right on your spirit, on your heart, because you are trying to call somebody out a liar because you want to protect what's going on with, because you more at this time, I look at it like you're more concerned about your well-being, your well-being and things going on that you have going on. You can care less about the person who actually made this and said this about what's going on with everything with it, but you want to call that person a liar knowing for a fact there was some truth to it. You see what I'm saying? But you being a man of God or whatever, you to me, I think that's just a selfish move. That's my opinion about it. It's very selfish.
I would agree, but I think that kind of stuff goes hand in hand though with the character of a person, because we got to understand, if these things are true, that means his character is not what we thought it was anyway.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised that he would try to protect himself and protect his money and whatever he got going on, and throw anybody under the bus. That's just like criminals. Criminals snitch all the time. Like, yeah, but you was a part of it, but you got caught. But they offering you 20 years. And you're like, nah, I ain't doing this 20. I'm gonna tell you about this person, that person, and let's see if we can get it down to 5.
Yeah, but you would think that being the man of God, you wear the cloth.
But that's what I'm saying. If this stuff is true, then he's really not a man of God anyway.
I agree. That's what I'm getting at, B-Dub. I agree 1,000%. If it's really true, and you sitting there knowing it's the truth, and you're supposed to be the man of God, you really aren't the man of God because you are being selfish. You would let somebody fall on the sword for some things that you've done. You see what I'm saying? You've done this. You made the decision, allegedly, but you made the decision. You made the decision to do that. And when somebody call you out on it and try to, put some correction in your life, how can you sit there and get on that pulpit every single day and try to tell somebody about how to get right and how to do this and do that and so on and so forth or whatever, knowing for a fact you still got a lot of skeletons in your closet? How can you sit there and preach that word to somebody? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem that I have with everything.
Wolf in sheep's clothing, man.
Let me answer Vincent Brown's question. First of all, what's up, cousin? I don't know if he owns the building, but I know he did fine. He's the founder of the Potter's House. So that's going to be a whole nother issue within itself. Like he's saying, the power trip, or y'all can't make me step down and leave the building, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. That's going to be,
Well, I know there's a lot of people that got their hand inside the Potter House that donates and things like that or whatever because of who he is. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now he has
a big celebrity following in his church as well. So not just the locals, but the celebrity following. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If these things come out to be true,
he ain't lying.
If there's anybody left in the building for him to preach to, then that's on them.
Right. But see,
it don't matter if he owned the building or not. He should be preaching to some empty chairs.
but you know what though, B-Dub, this is just the beginning. I ain't gonna say beginning, but we in the point of where a lot of these pastors been exposed here lately. A lot of them, this been exposing. This been a season of exposing a lot of these pastors for what they've done and things they. You remember a couple of months ago, I think that's right around the springtime or whatever, but Creflo Dollar came out and he started talking about tithing. That he apologized for taking tithe and thing like that or whatever. So that had came out. There's a few other pastors that's
Carlton
been
Pearson.
exposed. Who?
Carlton Pearson.
Right. I mean,
Now,
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be some more. It ain't over. It's been going on. It's just some on a smaller scale, but it's gonna be more because first of all, you can't keep playing with God's people like that.
Right.
And live in an alternative lifestyle. If that's the case, you can't keep doing that. But I truly believe that exposure is coming. More exposure is coming to the church because in the Bible it tells you even the judgment of God starts at the household of faith. So where you think the household of faith is? The church. So I mean, you don't think God tired of these people, playing in this pulpit, lying and deceiving folks? Shoot.
Right. Well, we're going to definitely keep up with the whole TD Jakes controversial thing that's going on with him. And, if these alleged accusations against him are true, then he has to be dealt with accordingly and they need to hold him accountable. If it's not true, I hope that, everything goes up, right for him and everything, he gets what deserving to him and things of that magnitude, whatever. So, but we're going to definitely keep an eye on it and we're going to definitely watch it. And if we hear anything about it, we'll definitely bring it up in another episode of Burn the Coast podcast. So you make sure you guys stay tuned. B-Dub, what we got next, my guy?
Y'all not getting swallowed up.
Swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed?
You ain't lying.
Boy, sounded like Stewie Griffin. You ever been swallowed? So we're gonna we'll check this video out real quick and we could chop it up for a quick second. This is a good example of the type of pastor that you might want at your church. So let's check it out.
Check it out.
Now, one of the largest churches in Chicago, actually one of the largest churches in the nation, period. But you're flying under the radar. What are you scared of? Why no television? I mean, why not go for the world?
Why not?
The message is pure.
The message is.
What are you scared of? What you scared of?
Hold on, Bishop. You making me scared of you. Hold on. Let me say this. I'm a very focused person. Mm-hmm. If you knew our testimony and you look in this building, we were only here for 9 months and then we had to move from here. We ended up going to the University of Illinois at a building that could seat 3,000. So we do 4 services on Sundays, 7:30, 9:30, 11:30, and 1:30. And he added to the church daily. So in this process, God has given us land to build.
Yes.
So I know that I have to get these people in a house. I have to stabilize them. I got to put the flag in the ground. And with that being said, I was careful because I'm saying this respectfully. I've seen some preachers and pastors deplete the funds to promote themselves, that they couldn't do the assignment that God has given with the people. So I choose not to go on TV because I want to make sure that my people are stable in their house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Secondly,
but I want to challenge you on firstly.
I'm okay.
Seeing that there are people who have depleted the income of the church in order to promote themselves.
Right.
They're very good. But you know that you're not going to do that.
I can't. I got to get our people.
You know you're not going to do it, right?
Right.
Right. So that's no longer an issue, a benchmark, or anything like that.
It's not. I've had television companies come after me, stations rather, and it's always like, I'd rather spend thousands going after the lost. I'd rather buy another bus. I'd rather buy another bill. I'm different, man.
say, man, kudos to that brother there, man, because you listen to I'm a listener, okay? So did you hear that pastor when the pastor that was saying,
The
he was
bishop.
not the bishop, but the pastor, his answer was like, he said, look, a lot of these, I don't want to do it because a lot of these bishops and a lot of these pastors, they deplete the funds to promote themselves. That is a strong statement because a lot of them do that. And you can hear the sincerity in his voice when he said that. And to be honest with you, when looking at that the bishop's body language, it's almost like he felt some kind of way for him to say that or whatever, because I ain't gonna say that he's involved in that, whatever, but it's almost like, hey, look, man, you talking too much about what's going on at a lot of these churches, or whatever, and maybe he felt some type of way because he said it, because maybe he is, maybe feel some kind of way behind it or whatever, because
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure. I wasn't sure if he was just, it was just satire, because he know. By the way, that's his name is Pastor John Hanna. By the way, if anybody's wondering, he's the founder of New Life Covenant Southeast, which I believe is in Chicago. But yeah, it's like the bishop was like, he was harassing him almost to a point. Like, why? Like, but maybe he was doing it intentionally because he know who he was talking to, and that's that he wanted to get. But like you said, maybe he's really like those other ones, and maybe he was being sincere. Like, come on, man, you say you ain't gonna do it, go on, come on and join us. Come on and get swallowed.
Right. right.
Yeah, shout out to Pastor Hannah, for holding his ground and being real. That's what I'm talking about. He said, I'd rather spend $1,000 going after the lost and trying to find them and buying church buses than to be on TV. But it also too goes to show how crazy the church is, because I think I don't if it was in a video or not, but I know part of the video he said like people were coming at him to change denominations. Like, we'll write you a big check to just come and be a part of our denomination and be the face of it and do this and do that. And he's like, nah.
And he said he didn't want to do a B-Dub because he knew for a fact if he was to give it everything over to the TV, that now the TV people, and there's going to be a lot of people's hands inside the pot. So he can't really do and preach what he want to preach. Now he has to be able to, he has to appease the people who's fitting the bill and who is actually paying for him to be on TV. So he just neutered himself when you go that direction. And we need a lot of pastors to stop allowing money to neuter them from actually be able to get on that pulpit and to preach the word of God to a lot of people that's starving and hungry to want to be able to receive a message. Man, there's a lot of sick people that go to church to try to find God and try to, have a relationship and trying to get an understanding of whatever, but they can't because a lot of these pastors they don't, it's almost like they've almost pretty much they lost themselves. They can't really be able to do or preach what they want to preach because they got a lot of people's hands in the pot.
Reverend Pastor Bishop First Lady EQ, what you think about this?
EQ?
None of those things. I don't know much about Pastor John Hanna, but I did look him up, and from what I see, he does a lot for the community there where he serves. And I like the humble and humility attitude, because when you do get on TV, you get big. And preachers who preach on TV, they are censored by whatever TV channel that picks them up or whatever. So now the word is not authentic as it needs to be. Now it's watered down, and you have to push whatever they tell you. So I don't like that. I like the fact that he's not on TV because and that he's not, doesn't seem like a self-promoting God. And that's what a lot of our preachers who are in the limelight have become, self-promoting gods. So people are worshiping these pastors with these big names and all this stuff because they've taken the attention off of God and placed it on themselves. Why you got to walk around with your name on your cufflinks? We know who you are. Why do we have to have fans in the church with your face on it? We know who you are. Because is it about the ministry and growing people and growing our communities, or is it about promoting you? And that's what we've come to. And like somebody in the comments, church has become big business. It is. Because now it's all about the money. And the love of money is the root of all evil. So we wonder why we having all these scandals and all this stuff going on in church, because now we've gotten bigger than God.
Right.
And God says, hey, you should have no other gods before me, so let me show you. And now we're seeing these things get exposed because we've made self God. You know, and it's, but I like this pastor. I did look, like I said, he's doing a lot of community outreach stuff, has a lot of good things going on at the church there in Chicago. And that's what it's about, getting out there in the community, helping people who are in need, because we have so many multi-million-dollar facilities, but poor communities, poor schools, and all of this stuff. So I can appreciate a pastor like that. I've never heard him preach or whatever, but just by listening to him, sounds like he's humble and he's not in it for the money or the fame or all that, the notoriety. So big shout out to Pastor John.
Right. And I just pray that brother just continue to stay in the fight with that, because they're going to come at him with some even more enticing offers. You see what I'm saying? It's coming. So, continue to stay, keep your foot solid on the ground and get ready to fight that fight from the front, back, and everything else, whatever, because they coming. He ain't even seen half the battle yet. They coming. You know what I'm saying? Because they really, they see that this guy has a following. He's influential, evidently, because of who he is or whatnot. So that's what they're looking for. They looking for pastors like that, up and coming pastors, some fresh blood. I should say some fresh blood, so that way they can continue to, continue to make money, continue to keep the people, the flock, all divided and far away from God as possible, whatever. So they're gonna continue to keep doing it. EQ.
Did I hear y'all say he said there was a denomination that came after him?
Yeah.
To join the denomination?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a denomination within the body of Christ or the body of believers that is a multi-million-dollar denomination. They raise all kinds of money, have conventions everywhere, and it's like, but what y'all doing for the community? What are we doing to better our people? If y'all are having classes that promotes business and teaching people how to be gain financial wealth and health and teaching people how to come out of poverty and do credit and all that, then I'm all for churches like that, when you are invested in the people for everybody. But when you just, pastor got to have a new Rolls Royce every 6 months, and first lady got to have a $3,000 hat. Now I'm finna probably go to this little hole in the wall church over in South Dallas where the pastor got a Chevy Chevette with all the hubcaps missing. You see what I'm saying? Because he's probably more humble to do his job than the ones out here with these big screens and all this on billboards and all that.
Right. That's what it says. The devil uses influence to reach people's soul. That's why they want him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it. They're gonna, like you said, they're gonna come at him even harder now because of his influence and the fact that he's standing on his word, and hopefully he continue to stand on it.
Right.
But Miss Nordal, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Who's the catch in your relationship?
Who's the catch?
You or your woman? Who's the real catch in your honest opinion?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about
who?
that. I want to say I call her, but we're gonna definitely see, man.
That ain't what you really think.
For me.
Let's talk about it, B-Dub.
Let's talk about it.
Dating site for famous people. It's called Raya. Why the hell is he on there? I get why she's on it, for this man to fix his mouth, to say he had no idea who Simone Biles was.
Simone Biles is a global iconic figure.
This is how you know you're not the catch. When everybody refers to you as Simone Biles' husband.
How in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? Really, how she pulled me, man? That's the question, man.
Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, says he's the catch in their relationship and admits when they first started dating, he had never heard of the 4-time Olympic gold medalist.
It's something you don't want to miss.
The newlyweds, who tied the knot back in April, recently sat down for a chat on the Pivot podcast and reflected on how they first met after Simone popped up on a dating app back in 2020.
Let me see what this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics. So when she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched. Like, I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good.
After the podcast went live, Jonathan faced some backlash over his "the catch" comment.
So you was really the catch in...
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
But he's seemingly sticking by it, subtly addressing the criticism with an IG post. Unbothered. Just know we locked in over here. And Simone, she slid into the comments to show her support, writing simply, "for life."
She pops up, and I'm like, let me see what this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics. So, and then she messaged me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So yeah.
Man,
I didn't do this stuff.
come on, EQ B-Dub. He lying through his teeth. Everybody knows Simone Biles. You know that she's a...
Nah, that's not true.
Man, that woman is... She's known for being... If you know gymnastics, you know what? There's a lot more people that know her than don't know her, B-Dub. Would you say that?
I can't say that either. I think people are taking for granted because a lot of people do know Simone Biles,
right?
But everybody don't watch the Olympics or watch gymnastics.
Well, you ain't gotta watch, but because she does commercials. She's on TV a whole lot, especially during the Olympics and things like that. Whatever, you can't stop. You can't get enough of seeing Simone Biles on TV or whatever with the Olympics and the commercial and things like that.
But like he said though, during the summertime when the Olympics is going on, he's normally in camp, because you got to remember he was an undrafted free agent. So and obviously he made it into the league and he made it to a team and got a contract. So he's good, but he wasn't good enough. Like, he wasn't one of those top guys that had free time like that. He was grinding trying to get him a spot. So I can believe it. Now, whether he's telling the truth or not, we don't know. Only he knows if he's telling the truth. But I can believe that a guy who's focused on his dream, focused on his goals, who's not a top talked about guy that's got to really, really, really put in that work to make a name for himself, can be focused on what he's doing and not really paying attention to what's going on in the outside world. Like, okay, you know Simone Biles. Name me 5 other female gymnasts.
Females?
Exactly. Exactly. And Simone Biles is not even the most famous female gymnast.
Dominique.
She's popping right now. She's recent. She's within the last 10 years or so. So
yeah.
We know her, but we watch the Olympics.
Yeah,
so of course we know her.
But he knew. Here's the thing, though, B-Dub. If he didn't know it, he got to know it, because I can guarantee you, when he searched her name up, I mean, he was like, "Oh snap! She's a Olympic champion. This and that." Looked at her accomplishments. I got me something.
No, that was he did another interview after that, and they asked him, and he said that he was like, once they got together, he realized, because like they go out in public, like people, especially little kids, little girls, are going crazy, and oh my God. So once they got together and he went out in public with it, he's like, oh yeah, okay,
I got me something.
She really is like that.
But here's the thing, to beat up, like,
but I don't. But he said he the catch. Like,
here's the thing, though, beat up. Really, be honest with you, I don't really care about who's the catch now, or whatever. But I know Simone Biles before I know him. I know he played for the Green Bay Packers or whatever, man. But if I was to saw him in the streets, him and Simone Biles together, I would know Simone Biles versus knowing that guy.
But see, so exactly, and see, you don't even know him, but I know who he is because he signed to the Texans first before he went to Green Bay. So
Right.
that's why I know him, because he
Right.
got signed to the Texans, and I keep
Right.
up with the team. But
Right.
somebody that don't keep up with the Texans or don't keep up with the Packers probably won't know who he is. But people have their own vision, because even, and this annoys me so much, because it's like, it's chicks at my job. Like, this chick literally came into my office one day talking about, oh my God, Charles, do you know who Travis Kelce is? He's dating Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Who don't know who Travis Kelce is? He's like one of the greatest tight ends all time, and he's still playing, and he's already one of the greatest tight ends all time. But she had no clue who he was. But now he's dating Taylor Swift. Like, oh, Travis Kelce is great. Like, no, I almost said something wrong. No, woman, he been great.
Yeah.
You know, he's the catch, not Taylor Swift.
Yeah. EQ, what's your thoughts about all this? EQ?
Yeah.
It would matter if she's a catch or he's a catch.
I never thought I'd see the day where we be asking which one of us is the catch. I mean, if we together, then obviously we both the catch. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But Percy, I catch. I couldn't resist. You know, the white shoe socks. No, let me stop. But I don't think he was lying. I think as far as the, you know, being in college and trying to make the team and all this and the third, I mean, that could have been true. But, you know, like B-Dub said, everybody, I didn't know who Simone Biles was, and I sure didn't know who her husband was, and could care less. But anyway, so I mean, I don't think he was lying. I mean, why would he lie about that anyway? You know, and if he feels like he's the catch, hey, whatever works for them works for them.
But see, but what if we looking at this whole thing in a different kind of like in a different type of light? Because a catch to them in the celebrity world, that might mean who make more money than who. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know, does Simone Biles make more money than you do? Or do you make more money than her? You see what I'm saying?
So we're based on the fact of whether we're catching out on our income.
I mean, in the celebrity world, that's what catch might mean. That's what I'm saying. Well, it mean that.
Okay. That's probably a part of it. Well, at least from the fan perspective, when we talk about celebrities, we probably incorporate income. But catch, you know, like EQ said, we both supposed to be the catch. Like I should feel like I'm the lucky one in this relationship, and you supposed to feel like you the lucky one in this relationship. Like, I'm lucky I found this person, and I'm supposed to feel like I'm lucky I found this person. But at the same time, now, if we want to be real about it, like let's be real. If we're talking about in the dating marketplace, Simone Biles is 4'8" and slightly above average pretty. She's pretty. And I would even say slightly above average pretty. She's 4'8". But if you take the money out of the situation, this dude, 6 foot, 6'1", got the deep dimples, got the hazel eyes. He's in shape. Obviously, he's an athlete. If we putting apples to apples, he's gonna have more action in the dating market than she is. If taking the celebrity out of it, take the money out of it, take the celebrity out of it. 4'8", slightly above average, pretty young lady out in the dating world, and a 6 foot athlete with deep dimples and hazel eyes.
Damn, B-Dub.
Who's getting more action in the dating world? Let's be real.
Well, he said he met her on a dating site. You see what I'm saying? So what kind of?
But it's a dating site for rich people though, for celebrities.
Oh,
yeah. It ain't like Tinder or one of these regular dating sites. Like, they vet you out. Like, you have to be verified as somebody to be on this dating site.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Something we'll
and she did message him first, and she said that. She was like, yeah, but he liked her. Obviously, I guess however it goes, whenever she liked him, it matched up, which means that he already liked her too. So they both liked each other, but she was the first one to reach out.
But on this dating site, we don't give you like a breakdown of who we are. Like, I'm a 6-time Olympic champion, or I'm a 2-time Super Bowl on that type of on that type of dating app that they use, that these celebrities use?
He
They
didn't
don't get
Google her
no-
name or nothing.
Huh?
I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's what I
might
was
not. She
wondering.
might not put that on her profile because she's Simone Biles. Maybe she assumed that everybody knows who she
But if
is.
it's a dating site for celebrities, why wouldn't you?
Say it again.
If it's a dating site for celebrities, why wouldn't she put her name on her profile or
Right,
whatever?
right. Don't you think that'll help you get
Yeah,
some?
yeah,
You know,
her,
get
her
some more,
name, but I'm saying like,
yeah.
you know,
What
all
she
her
does.
accolades. She might not put all that stuff on there. She might, you
Now,
know,
but you can say, yeah, but you can say, hey, I'm an Olympic champion, you know, 6-time Olympic champion, and
Yeah.
you know, and whatever the case may be. And you look that up, and boom, you know, let's go from there. I think that will get you some more pull if you got some accomplishments like that that you put
What's the
on.
family's website? I'm trying to see some.
What is it? It's Raya, I think, Raya.
Yeah.
But you know, Miss Nordal, you thinking too deep about it, because you know dudes don't date like that. He flipping through the pictures. He's
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah,
pictures like, oh, she cute, boom.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody reading no profiles.
yeah. But yeah,
Your
okay.
profile on there. I'm a 5-year. I'm a 10-year teacher. See what I can get.
God, I know if I'm on there, man, I'm putting everything I got on there, baby. I'm trying to grab something. Yeah, I'm trying to grab something. I'm putting everything on there. Yeah.
But you ain't got enough money. Just get off our site immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, you and your little savings that you got. Yeah, your little old savings. You can't get on this site. Yeah. You know, if you get on this site, whatever, man, your little savings money ain't gonna be able to take care of that. No.
Hey, you gotta pay for their site, okay?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't even pay the entry fee.
Okay. And they gonna block our profiles.
Yeah.
Black card only.
Yeah. I'll be done. What we got next, my guy?
Man, I found a video of one of your kids.
For
Christmas.
Here we go.
This not what I wanted? Oh gosh.
What the hell?
Boy, I tell you, man. You know what, man? That's to me. You know what, man? That's my second, third time watching that, and the more every time I watch them, I get even more upset, angry, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because how ungrateful can you be when your parents, or single mother or single father, whatever, but you know, whoever it is, went and spent some hard-earned money on trying to give you, you know, something that they feel like you know, they want you to have. It may have been the wrong gaming system, my friend, but you can't act that way. You could have went about that a whole nother way and not be like that, because it's coming off as disrespectful and ungrateful. And if I was the parent of that child, I would take that back and all the other stuff that I'm, you know, that I'm bought inside the house. And I will take all that stuff back, and he would have to earn my, you know, he had to earn everything back from me, because that ain't gonna go down in my household. Not coming from no kid.
It's hilarious.
You know
I love it. I love it.
Why you love
this what y'all get for going out of y'all way for these damn kids for a stupid ass holiday that ain't even for you, that was invented just to take your money. And they dumb anyway. Like, it's not the same thing. Because it'd be different. Like, it'd be different if like a PS5 was $800 and the Xbox was like $150. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, a game system, you can play it or don't play it. I don't care. But they the same price. So if they wanted the PS5, get the damn PS5. It's not like you saving no ton of money. Like, you know, just get what they want. But I think it's hilarious, because I don't. This is why I don't do Christmas in the first place, or one of the reasons why anyway. There's a bunch of reasons why. This is one of them.
Right.
Ungrateful kids. They don't care.
Right. They want what they want when they want it, and that's just the bottom line to it. EQ, what's your thoughts about it, EQ?
I'd have took that gift or that gaming system and everything else he got for Christmas. I'd have found one of his little friends who probably didn't get nothing for Christmas. Hey, give this to him. Give this to somebody whose parents didn't have the money, or take it to a shelter or somewhere, you know, to another kid who would appreciate it, because you obviously don't. And I'm with B-Dub. You know, quit going out of y'all way for the kids with all this unnecessary stuff that they ain't gonna be playing with in the next 30 days anyway. Buy them something that they can really use. If you're gonna celebrate Christmas, buy stuff that these kids really need, stuff that teach them how to read and write. But yeah, I would have found one of his little friends who mom and dad on hard times or something like that. I'd have made my son, hey, you give that to him. Let's go take it to him and his little brother so they can enjoy it. Yeah, I'd have been that kind of parent.
That's a good idea, but I'm super petty. I would have took it to the next level. I wouldn't have went to one of his friends. Who that little boy you had that fight with last week? You said called you ugly. Yeah, we're gonna go get him.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get him the Xbox so he can come to school every day and throw it in your face.
But you know, but when he said you could have seen the disgusted look on his face, how he looked at his mom. I can't get past that. That is what I can't get past. Well, how you gonna look at me in disgust like you disgusted with me because I'm trying to get you something or whatnot that I think that you need to have, and you're gonna give me a look like that, and on top of that, use words to express how you feel about your disgust about me. I can't get past that, B-Dub.
You know why? Do you know how much hard work that kid did for that PS5? That kid is not smart. You know how much he done starved giving his lunch money away so people can do his homework just so he can get the grades. And he been asking his parents for a PS5 for 6 months. You know how much yard work he done did, how much trash he done took out, and all of this stuff, thinking that some fat jolly white man was gonna come down the chimney and give him a PS5, and then they show up with a damn Xbox One.
Come on,
he got every right to be mad. He got every right to be mad. They horrible parents, and they even worse for posting it online. You think you embarrassing your kid? You ain't did nothing but show how bad of a parents y'all are. Because number one, if you was better parents, he would have been appreciative. Number one. Number two, if y'all was better parents, y'all would have got the kid what he wanted if he deserved it. If he did the work and did what y'all asked him to do, and you felt that he was worthy enough of spending $500, $600, $700 on a gaming system, then get the one he asked for.
The thing, they could have just played a trick, could have been playing a trick on him and put it in a PlayStation box, whatever. Whatever he asked.
Yeah.
He didn't even take the time to see if that was the real deal. He just saw the box and saw the title on the box and just got mad. Because I'm that parent that I like to prank, my kid or whatever. But he didn't even try. He just saw the box, got mad.
Man, I can rip that kid lips off his face. I can, for real.
That made me mad.
I'm irritated, man. I'm irritated. I'm irritated. I can't, because the look that he had, the disgusted look on top of what he said. You know what I mean? I can't get past that. I want to just rip that kid's lips off.
Man.
Man, he was that man. And then the kids was like, man, what's wrong with him? Geez Louise. I'm just, I'm
looked at him like you crazy.
Man, for real. Yeah, no.
She was like, I got what I want.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, yeah, he was disgusting. Yeah, I can't do him. Nope. Can't do it. He remind me of that, that Russell Westbrook meme, how Russell Westbrook was like, really? That's what that's the kind of look that he pretty much gave that woman or whatever. That annoys me a lot. Anyway, what we got next, B-Dub?
Well, before we roll out of here, I managed to find some. This is breaking news right here. This is behind the scene footage of an interview to work for Puffy. So this is breaking news right here.
Now you listen to me, you little wannabe celebrity bitch. I'm gonna ask some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. You understand me? Now let me get this right. You were at Diddy's party at 11:15? It was 11:15. I was at the party, and yeah, 11:15. But you definitely were at the party at 12:15. 12:15, exactly, precisely, indefinitely. Now you see something? Now you see now, you know you done fucked up, right? There's one thing that goes down at those parties after midnight.
Because I wasn't in the bathroom and I guess
you was just up in there. The more questions he asked, the more I knew I didn't want to be famous.
because they was in there and
A lot of y'all be wanting to be famous, but it's all in here. You got hush money saved up? You know that, right? Already, though.
Oh man, that is too funny.
You want to be famous. You know what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
You gotta have it. You gotta keep it hush. What go
Right.
down at the party, at the puffy party, stays at the puffy party.
Yep, most definitely. Before we get ready to close tonight, we got to do this the special with the raffle. Beat up. Hit the what's the-
Where do we? Boom. Yes, sir. The raffle is still going on. We're going to be drawing the winner on Super Bowl Sunday, February the 11th. You could win one of two pair or both of these custom handmade Dallas Cowboys custom shoes provided by A&D Art Designs. Tickets are $10 a piece. You can cash out Mr. Nordahl. We'll put the cash app up in just a second. However many tickets you want. If you want 3 tickets, you just cash out $30. If you want 10 tickets, you cash out $100. If you want 1 ticket, you just cash out $10, and then put in the notes if you want the high top or the low top. If it don't matter, if you want to be considered for both, then just don't put anything at all, or you could put both in the notes, and we'll get you in there. And again, the winner will be drawn Super Bowl Sunday, February the 11th, during our live broadcast.
right on. So make sure you get your tickets while they hot. The high tops is a size 12, and the low tops is a size 13. So don't want to miss that. And like B-Dub said, make sure you put your interest in. Get them here, because February 11th will definitely be here pretty soon, and you don't want to miss it. So let your friends and family members know exactly where to go for these nice shoes. And we'll definitely be ready to auction them off. Give them away on Super Bowl Sunday. So we're gonna definitely be Super Bowl Sunday. We're gonna be at the Martin Luther King Center again live. So we will definitely give you guys some more information about that, and we're gonna be promoting that. So definitely be looking out for Super Bowl Sunday at the MLK Center again. So you don't want to miss the Burning Coals podcast. So let everybody know that we're gonna definitely be there in Corsicana, Texas, in the house. So stay tuned for that. All right, so we'll go ahead and EQ, what you got with the closing, so we can get ready to wrap this one up. EQ.
You on mute, E.
Huh? B-Dub's on you then, I guess, because EQ messing up over there.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay, we going into another year. Don't y'all start with all these unrealistic New Year's resolution all in the gym, getting people wait. We gonna unbig our backs, sis. One day at a time. Let me stop. 2023 has been a good year. It's been a good year with some highs and some lows, and I just, hope that 2024 will bring us a lot more joy and happiness. And I'm excited for the Burning Coals podcast for 2024, and I'm excited to see what's all in store for us. And everybody just enjoy the rest of these, these last few days in 2023. Hey, be the best you can be. That's all.
Right on. You know what you got, my guy.
Fellas, remember, you the catch. You always the catch, no matter what. Don't let them tell you no different. Hey, man, listen, love on your people. It ain't that serious. Squash the beef and do something today that your future self will thank you for. Right on.
So that being said, it's like B-Dub said, man, love on your people. Bring in the new year, with the loved ones and with a different type of mentality. So that's going to be the Burning Coals podcast, give you the bag moment. So now that you got the bag, what you going to do with it? So that being said, I am go by the name of Mr. Our Reactions. We got our guy Bougie Weirdo. We got the First Lady Educated Queen. And we got our guy Gentleman Jamal. We say thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Brandon Cole's podcast. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, same time, same channel. And we want to say thank you guys. We love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And we are out.
Thank you once again. Shout out to all the day ones, the day twos, the yesterdays, and todays. We appreciate you joining our show tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we'll see you next week.